More than 1 million lives cut short across America. This, the only way to visit them now. Laura's father, Alfredo, caught COVID while in a nursing and rehabilitation facility just as the pandemic was ripping through New York. For 3 weeks, he battled to stay alive, but the virus proved too tough an opponent.
My dad is leaning in and holding my hand, just about to blow out our birthday candles.
Laura had to say goodbye wearing a hazmat suit. 2 years later, she says she misses his jokes and pranks and hasn't healed from his sudden death.
I feel like I don't want to, that pretending that he's still kind of around, and because his presence was so ginormous that I still feel it, that it's hard to accept that he's actually not here.
More than 40,000 people have died in this city, the scene of the first major outbreak in the United States. During the scariest months, morgues couldn't keep up with the fatalities. Bodies were buried in mass graves. Nothing ever paralyzed the city in this way.
New York is looking more like its old self, but it hasn't completely recovered. And while it's possible to try and count the death toll from COVID, it's impossible to know how many lives have been forever changed by the loss of a loved one or friend.
This used to be my bed for almost a year during the COVID because I didn't want to get my family sick.
Nurse Flandersha was acutely aware of the risks of her job. It hit home harder after her close colleague Freda Okran became the first nurse to die in New York's public hospitals from COVID. Flandersha says even though COVID cases are now manageable, they are facing another crisis, a shortage of staff.
Supposed to have 1-2 patients, you're taking care of 5 patients. In an intensive care unit, it's unheard of. I've been a nurse for over 35 years, and I've never, ever seen that in my lifetime.
COVID's tragic legacy will be felt for generations. 1 million dead is an incomprehensible number, but will it be a catalyst for change to prepare the U.S. for the next outbreak? Neda Tawfiq, BBC News, New York.